Hello, Alabama Woods and Water members. This is Scott. Um, First of all, I want to start out by thanking everybody that showed up to our member meeting last Sunday. We had a really good turnout, had some good food and some good fellowship, and talked about several things. One of the things I did want to talk about, and we ended up not getting to it before we ended the meeting, was just a refresher course for existing members, and of course kind of an orientation for all of you new members on how to navigate our system, how to properly use it, how to make reservations and sign out units for hunting, and also how to properly fill out and submit your harvest reports. So I'm just going to share this quick video with you. I just walk you through the process of how to log into the system, how to look at all of our properties, how to sign out a unit if that you're wanting to hunt, and also how the proper way to submit your harvest reports. Let's just start. The first thing you do, of course, is go to our website, alabamawoodsandwater.com, and you'll see here on the screen, go over here to the right hand side and click on member login. And my computer is running slow tonight, so just bear with me. The username and password that you received when you joined the club, or some of you have already gone in and changed your own password, and that's fine. But just you log in here. Don't need that. Okay. Now this is, of course, my personal membership site. But everybody's looks the same. When you do log in, after you've done a few hunts or had a few reservations, they will all show up here. Also, if you have any open reservations, like if you had already signed out a unit to hunt several days into the future or whatnot, they will show here as my current reservations. But anyway, to view all of the properties that we have leased, click on Club Properties here in the left-hand corner, and this brings up all of our current leases. Just randomly here, we'll go to AWW 101, which is the Slickford property, and every property you pull up will have the same features in it. When this property comes up, we'll have the satellite image, which is the link to the Google Maps to the location of the property. You can click on details, and here we have directions to the property, and then on harvest you can go back and look for the entire property. It'll show you from which units, which dates, and game that was either seen or taken going back for the past 12 months. So that's a good scouting tool. Of course, it doesn't tell you any more information than just what was saw. We don't ask anybody in the club to divulge any information that you don't want anybody else to know. This is not, you don't have to tell anybody else, or myself and Stephen included. If you see a big buck, or if you're after a big buck on a particular property or particular unit, you don't have to tell anybody that. All we ask is that if you see deer, record it in your harvest reports, and of course if you do take one, record that as well, because not only is this a good scouting tool for everybody in the club, it does benefit everybody, but it's also the information that I go back and look at the end of hunting season to make sure that our properties are performing good and living up to our expectations, because I am not going to keep property leased that nobody is seeing any deer on. So that is the purpose of the harvest reports, and we just ask for everybody's honesty when filling them out, because it helps us keep accurate records. It's also, can be a good scouting tool for if you're wanting to look at a property that you haven't hunted before. You can look and see, if anybody is actually seeing deer on that particular property. But moving on, you can click on the maps, and this will bring up satellite and topo maps of all the individual units on this property. Again, AWW 101 is the Slickford property, so you can click on that'll bring up Unit 10, the Google Earth image of Unit 10 on Slickford. and you can click on that to make it larger. And of course, that'll show you the gates, the roads, all the fields on Unit 10. And you can find those maps on every unit. I also have topo maps for those of you that like to use topo maps for scouting. Get out of that. Okay. Also, a new feature that we have. This is in the works. We don't have it completely operational yet, but we have had aerial videos made of the properties in each individual units, and the routes in and out of the properties that members will have access to as soon as we get everything lined up. It's been a little bit more difficult than we anticipated to make this available, but the videos have been done and edited, and we're just working now on making it where all members have access to the videos. But we'll let you know as soon as that is available. Okay. As you see, as you scroll down, you'll see a calendar, for the current month, and you can also move forward into the next few months. This is just Unit 1 at Slick Ford. The unit's 120 acres. Unit information, it'll tell you how big the unit is, the description of the unit. I don't have GPS coordinates in every one of these. Some of them do, some of them don't. But you click on allowed game, and you can see what is allowed to be hunted on that property. And then, of course, if we were in hunting season, anybody that has signed out or has any reservations for Unit 1 for any particular unit here, it'll show up in orange on the days that somebody has it signed out. So, of course, if it says available, it's available to hunt, and you can make a reservation on it. I'm going to, just for an example, make a reservation for Unit 1 on Slick Ford. Click on Reserve Unit. And then I go to reservation type. Since this is not hunting season, I'm just going to do scouting. Season, not applicable. And method is not applicable. Then I go to, if this was during hunting season, I would put reservation type would be hunting. Season would be, let's just say, for example, deer archery, during bow season. And the method, of course, would be archery tackle. Then you start date, you click on the calendar there, pick the day you want. I'm going to say the 22nd because it is available, and I'm only going to hunt it one day, so the end date would be the same date, and click continue. Okay. Now, your reservation is not complete. You're not done yet. Just read the directions. Please review the information below and confirm your reservation. If you need to make any changes, do so now. Once you are satisfied, click Finalize Reservation. So, just make sure everything is in order. It was a scouting reservation for June 22nd. And I'm the only party member. If you are bringing guests with you, you need to put your guest's name in here, and there's a place here if they are a dependent part of your membership, or if they are a paying guest, or if it's your spouse, another member of the club, relatives, or somebody's just coming along as a spectator and is not actually hunting or fishing with you. Click that. And that, of course, if it is someone that is not on a part of your membership, that'll generate a guest fee, and it'll let you know right here. But you always, if there's somebody else in your hunting party, you put in their information and click Add. If not, if everything is fine, you click Finalize Reservation. And that says your reservation is now confirmed. If there are fees applicable to this reservation, you must contact the office within 48 hours with payment. That is not a hard and fast rule. We do collect the guest fees, but as long as we have them collected by the end of hunting season, that's fine. But it now says my reservation is complete. I now have a scouting reservation for Unit 1 on the Slickford property. I go back to my reservations over here just to make sure, and there it is, my current reservation for June 22nd, Slickford AWW 101, Unit 1. It's an active reservation, and I can go in if I need to and edit that. If I wanted to add another day to that, or add somebody to my hunting party, I can click edit and edit the information. Or if I'm not going to be able to make it to the property on this date, then I or anyone else needs to come in and cancel the reservation to make that unit available for other people to use if you're not going to be able to use the property. So please remember to do that. If you have signed out a unit to hunt and you are not going to be able to make that, please go in and cancel the reservation at least before midnight before the day of your reservation. That will free up that property for anyone else in the club to use, since you're not going to be there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. Just a second. Let me go back and show you what it looks like on the calendar once you do make a reservation. Go back into the properties, AWW 101, and Unit 1. There I am. I have a scouting reservation for June 22nd. Now, just a quick side note here: scouting reservations or any activity that you're doing on any of our properties during the off season, during the spring or summer when no hunting season is open. All we ask is that you do make a reservation on the property itself. It can be any unit. Just sign out on any unit. Excuse me. And that lets us know that somebody is actually on the property. But you are not confined to just this one unit for scouting or for camping or hiking. Anything you're doing when it's not an open hunting season, you're not confined to this just one unit. So just like today on this June 22nd scouting reservation, I could actually scout the whole entire property if I wanted to, and that's fine. Being confined to just the unit you've signed out on only applies to open hunting seasons. Okay, well, let me go back in and cancel that reservation. I'm sorry, before I cancel that, let's go in and I'm going to show you how to do a harvest report. I don't have one open. Let me go back and edit that and move it up to today so it will generate a harvest report for me. Today is the 20th. Need to change the reservation. Okay, there we go. Okay, it generated a harvest report. So when you have on the date of your reservation, you have up to 48 hours after you use that, or after your hunt, to come in and enter your harvest reports. The system is set up to, if you have open harvest reports past 48 hours, you won't be able to make any future reservations until your harvest reports are completed. But one thing we've run into in the past is improper harvest reports. There are a couple of steps you have to take to make sure your harvest report is recorded properly. So that's what I want to go over here. When you do have a harvest report, of course you log into the system, you can click on My Harvest Reports. And that brings up your open harvest reports. You just click on the number and that brings it up. Now, this is you don't have to fill this in if you don't want to, but like I said again, this is information that I do look at to make sure that all of our members are happy with the properties we have leased. So I do, there's a place, how would you rate the property? Slickford is excellent, so I give it a 5. How would you rate your experience? Did you have a good hunt? Did you enjoy your time on the property? Of course, it's always better if you actually see deer, but even when I don't, I enjoy being out there. But you don't have to fill this out, but I appreciate it if you do. You can also put any comments about your reservation in here or about the property, anything like that. Now it will ask you to enter harvest data, and that's not just harvest data. That's if you at least see game, we ask you to record that. So let's say I was out there today and I saw 3 deer. Go down here to white-tailed deer. I saw 1 buck, did not kill any because season is not open, and 2 does, and didn't take any. Now here's where some guys are making mistakes. Once you put that information in, if you go ahead and click complete unit report, it wipes this out and I don't get this information. It doesn't record anything. So it's just like you didn't fill one out. It will count as a completed harvest report and will allow you to make future reservations in the system, but it does not give us accurate information. So for it to be properly submitted, when you put this in, you have to click add right here before you click complete unit report. Now we ask you, even if you don't see any game, so I didn't see anything, please enter zeros in all of the boxes. So I didn't see any deer or any other game, zeros in all the boxes, and click add. Now this is when you know it's okay to hit complete unit report. When that box shows up and drops down to another box, you know you've done it correctly. Now let's say you didn't see any deer, but you did see a few turkeys or squirrels, whatever else you want to put on here. Or if you didn't see anything else, don't worry about it, but say I did see a couple of turkeys. So 2 hens and didn't kill any. I want to add that as well. Always click add. Anything you put in here, even if it's just zeros, you have to click add. Now those boxes showed up, the information is recorded. Now I can complete my unit report and I'll have a pop-up up here. Are you sure you want to complete this harvest report? Excuse me. It cannot be modified once it's completed. So that's why I ask everybody, please double check yourself. When that pop-up comes up, you look down here and make sure that those boxes look like this, that those X's are right there, and that your information is in there. It is complete, so I click OK. And that completes it. Now I can go back in to that property and unit 1, unit harvest info on unit 1, and there's my harvest report for June 20th right here. I didn't see any deer and I saw 2 turkeys. That is the information we need. That needs to be on all of your harvest reports. It needs to look exactly like this. And once again, we do not need blank harvest reports like this right here. This was not filled out properly. Let's see. Yeah, this right here is a blank harvest report. Didn't have any information recorded on it at all. That is not what we need. Here's one that was done right. Matthew Nelson saw 1 female turkey and recorded it properly. That's the information we need. Once again, that is a blank report. Game seen, no information at all. that is blank, that is not correct. This is correct. Even though Steve didn't see any turkeys, he reported it correctly, and that's what we're looking for. So that is the proper way to submit your harvest reports. Once again, please double check yourself before you click that drop down OK box. Make sure you have clicked add. Even if you don't see any game and put all zeros in there, you still have to click add for it to record. So I just wanted everybody to see the proper way to do that. Of course, if you have any questions about it, you can always ask me or Stephen, either one, about that. And just like the drop down said, it cannot be modified once you click OK there. So that's a safeguard put into the system to help you double check yourself and make sure that you do have it put in there correctly before you submit it. And that gives us the information that we need. So that's all for this video. Once again, if you have any questions, just holler at me, shoot me an email, a text, phone call, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm here for, to help everybody out. But like I said, this information is vital to us. That's how we keep accurate records. It's how we make decisions on whether or not to keep a property or let a property go. And I have actually let properties go in the past because of the harvest reports revealed that the guys that were hunting that property were not seeing any game, or that's what they were putting on their harvest reports. And I wasn't going to keep a property leased where nobody is seeing game on a regular basis. So you know, it is an honor system. We ask you to be honest. We're not asking what tree you were sitting in, or where on that 120-acre unit that you were at when you saw the deer, or how big the buck was, or anything like that. None of that information is asked for. All we ask for is that you record if you see deer, and if you actually harvest a deer. It needs to be in the reports. All right, that's all for now. Hope to see y'all at the next meeting. I will be sending out shortly our updated rules and bylaws copy for the upcoming 2016-2017 season. So be on the lookout in your email inboxes for that. That's all for now. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks.